I think there's some of the ones which have a better laning matchup to the Aurora, honestly, where, look, you're not going to win lane against the Aurora.
No.
It's more about, even if Aurora gets a 10 CS lead, does it matter? And I think if you take Airy, sometimes Ari would used to go for this too, and then you go Oblivion Orb, because Airy is a magic damage, it instantly applies the anti-heal.
Ooh, and there's Ignite for heal. Crisp, of course, now in danger, gets flashed on WE, looking for it. First blood to Vampire.
Just as we were saying, the 2v2 was going very well for Waybo this series.
Yeah.
Crisp made some big misplays. They get themselves the dragon. There's a teleport going top from Vampire, so Tane will be happily farming that. Gets that 3Q, which he's happy for. Monkey will get himself the first dragon. I mean, Waybo are not in a great spot to fight Grubs either, because they're on red side versus it. Spotting side lanes and looking for plays. Doesn't get it.
We can't TP to tier 2. Light now trapped into this turret. Monkey coming up, having started up Red.
No spell shield,
get on
just
top of him. He's got Cleanse, Flash, and on the hunt, trying to pray this one out. There is that Cleanse. Buy some time. Flash on in. Flash out from Light. Trying to run away best he can. Vampire low. The ricochets come flying. Overcomes the fight for TM, but with the TPs flying, another one, of course. Decent death ray there. Sorry, Hex Tech ray there. Adjustments have come on through.
Really punishing Karis up here again. The Wave in a great position for him, trying to force on bot side.
There's a Solar Flare onto TN. He's trying to claim up this Scuttle Crab. We'll need to think about getting out of here as he's caught between worlds. But all out goes the Cassante. Try to turn it around. Ends up being a 1-for-1, but the jungle being down and Breathe now isolated from the squad as Cube begins to stack through that Spirit Abjuration passive. Does get a fair amount of work there.
Xiaohu sitting alone on top side. Tien dying is a problem because it means that Monkey gets to go into bot side. Xiaohu going to see the stolen Chaos Storm, but Karis gets grab fielded. Misses the E, that's a problem.
And now the Arcane Storm just keeps flying on top of that Silas, who has to flash away. We're stuck in the flash for the death ray, and the Airy does it.
Karis not playing well in the lane. Xiaohu managing the wave so well.
Is here. Maybe look to fight this. The second dragon was supposed to be a pickup for WE a little earlier. Hasn't happened. Actually, Light's Flash about to come up here as well. The Achu goes wide. Monkey continuing to fight this dragon down about 1500 HP. Vampire trying to body block. Light will succeed in doing so. Now comes the engage. Vampire interrupted on that enrage though. Now problematic as he ends up taking a lot of damage. Over the wall they go. Trying to get on top of that also important Wukong. Cube looking for some damage though with the Between Worlds. Does get a fair amount of work. Tien, a little deep breathe though, can go all out. Trying to get a hold of Vampire. Does so with a footwork forwards. Chris now coming on forwards. Misses the Gleaming Quill. Monkey can maybe look to Warrior Trickster over the wall. Ends up being a 1-for-1 overall. Now Breathe in danger as he's about to go low, but still has another footwork to work with.
Waybo go too deep into the Aurora ultimate, and they do get punished, but you can see that Waybo did a really good problematic for WE. This is a champion which they don't have the best ability to shut down. You can just put down that grab field and the Chaos Storm, and a lot of the divers and the lower range champions from WE, the Leona, Wukong, Silas, can have a lot of issues with that. Level 11 already, a level up over Karis. He's basically been, perma farming. He's very happy to do so. I don't know whether he's got the full complement of upgrades, only the 1 kill participation, maybe not right now, but very happy all the same. Herald started.
WE getting that one. Xiaohu continue to poke out Karis. Solar Flare comes on down. Gets a stone to Xiaohu. Allows the Abductor land after all that absconding. Grab field on down. Stolen quickness means Xiaohu's in danger and cannot survive the collapse.
He puts the Chaos Storm on the wave to make sure there's no push, and he does go too far this time. That Victor took a lot to take him down, but he was basically in a 1v4. Herald will be restarted by W. I think they peeled off of it. Light will get some chunk onto the mid lane turret. Breathe will go onto the bot side. Because the wave was killed by Xiaohu, will make it a little slower to take this, but I think it still will be first turret. Tien has ult, and Karis is not in a great spot.
Oh boy, that could be risky. Clears out the wave and now gets them trapped into the turret. Does a decent job of locking people down. All out we go. Knock up, but flashed out from. Exhaust there from the spellbook. Should mean he falls, but the tower's been heated up so much, they can't get the kill quite yet.
He'll die. He will still die. It's just whether they get it in time to stop anything else happening across the map. Smolder's heading down. Could potentially ping them with an ultimate. If Xiaohu gets the kill, it's even more goal over towards the Victor. That'll be a problem.
They can then maybe look at the turret afterwards. There's he's gone well path making forward, trying to get the footwork. Smolder tries to
oh my god!
And he gets out alive.
Waybo massively missed play, and now they're stuck in a very deep position.
They tried to give the kill to Xiao, and he goes well, but the cease and desist now onto the Smolder. They'll take that prize. Breather's the one who picks up. Cyclone comes on down. Fight continues to be messy. It's a 1-for-1 as it stands. Xiao looking for more. Another Hextech Ray. But between worlds goes Cube. Weirding shotgun to the face. Bounces to the other side of the wall. Trying to get that kill secured for Con. Caught the gravity field. Oh no. Light gets that one. He is at the end of the tunnel. Xiao flashing for the Siphon power. In comes a Hex Flash from Vampire. But the relentless force from Tien again, just blows a hole in the head.
Waybo somehow do it again. The severe lethal tempo goes absolutely nuts as Cube tries to get the turnaround, but the spell shield makes the difference. Waybo start with a misplay, but somehow take the tumble and make it into a gymnastics routine. And come out ahead. I have no idea how that ended up working out, but realistically, Waybo should have just taken the 1 kill and out. The fact that it takes so long to kill Karis ends up working in their favor. By light means that he's not one shot. Great grab field and the choke point from Xiaohu. The extended fight value from Sivir and Victor went through the roof. And Vampire, in fact, actually gets the entire team killed. He Hex flashes, which gives Tien an auto attack target for the E.
It's brutal. There comes that Relentless Force Breathe now. Doing his best. Stacks on Smolder, 158, so a fair ways off the full overpower level. But of course, it's only going to be sole point right now for WE. Normally, one of the ways you used to beat Smolder was just stack dragons into him, try and match his scaling with that perma buff for the team. Solar Flare now looking to turn that one around. The double knockup comes on through between worlds.
Oh,
a lot
Crisp,
of work.
though.
But Crisp with that quickness does a lot of work. Xiaohu likely going to fall, but gets a lot of work done before he does. Cease and desist, immune to the CC. Vampire flashes over the wall. Crisp doing his best to flash on out. Stays alive. Cube goes across the veil, but might just be going across it permanently as the ricochets keep flying. Another Vault Breaker, another kill for Light. Chris keeping Vampire busy, trying to get more value. It's a triple to Light.
Sivir goes off. You think Smolder's scaling? Welcome to the Ricochet queen of the bot lane. Light cleans up. WE have sometimes had this issue where they sometimes dive on the wrong target. Now, I understand wanting to kill the Victor. Technically, it's the quote-unquote right target. But because Chris did fight, that just does not work in their favor.
I seem to recall a play on the Nautilus where they went for a hook like that yesterday into Invictus Gaming, and it went very, very wrong.
It's the LPL Classic. Sometimes teams just don't know when to quit. And Waybo will start up the Atakan. This is where you can throw a game. They have to be careful. They're taking it down, but they are getting shredded.
They are down to 5k HP. Vampire has a smite in his inventory, courtesy of Spellbook. Will that make anything? Breathe. There to body block. The gravity field alone is so obnoxious, and they steal away all the petals.
Xiaohu has been the Aurora top lane. They cooked with the Aurora top lane. And they don't really have a tank now. They have the Leona, which can get tanky, but that's not enough, really. And the Ricochets will shred through the rest of the team.
Passive and upgraded boots. That's it, isn't it?
That's it. Baron spawning now. Vampire doing that thing where he goes on his warding missions again. A very good Baron pit, though, for Waybo. The all-seeing Baron gives you... Oh, that's the engage instead!
And, of course, the Warrior Trickster's down! Monkey's going to go into the backline as Crisp is trying to keep Taeyun out of the play. They've lost their jungler, and Taeyun gets an ult, but it's only little bits of a chunk. It's not a full thing.
It's a great amount of damage from Taeyun in the spot, but it's not enough. You're right. Now they're stood on a ward. Need to be careful there. Can they start up again? They will do. There is a potential of Cube getting a mega ultimate and Karis coming into the play. He's going to recall. Waybo go to the Baron. They are insisting on taking this objective.
There comes the Wailing Breathe, pulls them back with the Untold Frost strikes, and drags the Aurora out of her ultimate. Is exhausted. Baron down to 4k. Karis looking to get in. Does Vampire have the smite in inventory off the spellbook? Engage with the stolen quickness. Hijack needs to take the Baron. Does, but Waybo's health bar so desperately no needing to escape. Look at Breathe. They're getting ricochets everywhere you care to look. More damage coming on through. Broken bodies. Cube is squared. Taeyun needs to keep flapping away. What about the damage onto Karis? Absconds, but there's nowhere to abduct to. No way to play for your life. The spell shield heals Light. And now Taeyun, the little dragon that just couldn't do enough.
Waybo handstiff WE, who can't get it done in the clutch team fights. I think we'll finally have a game where the team who is in the lead finally closes it out instead of a throw. Tien is 2 levels up on Monkey. Needs some help over here, actually.
TM pulls away. Over comes Xiaohu, buying some time. Cease and desist into the Vault Breaker, into the gravity field. There aren't cooldowns anymore. A Monkey dies. Again, the 1v1 honorable enough. The 1v3, well, it's just a dead cat. Monkey, isn't it?
WE had a top 4 finish last.
Outstanding. There's the GA, even if you get that first kill onto him, you've got to do it again.
And that makes so much sense. He's doing enough damage. You have the 3-item damage core, and Waybo should be able to close the game out sooner rather than later. They have the rest of this Baron buff, and then they'll have 20 seconds up until the Baron spawn as well. They'll take 1 turret, break the inhibitor, and WE, I think they've run out of smoke a little bit here. Steam.
By the way, the fire is going out. Waybo Gaming into the base. Inhibitor's down. Aurora gets a tier 2, but will need to get back to base now. What can you do? What hijacks have you got? They've gone for the Chaos Storm at this point. Xiaohu eat it, but just does nothing at this point.
Well, that's a Solar Flare and a Chaos Storm, and Shahu's walking away with more health than he started
That's
it with.
ridiculous.
This is what happens when you give the Victor the free pump, puts down his own Chaos Storm.
He's got a Rift Maker. He doesn't give a damn. Tien onto that next Nexus turret. One remaining between Waybo and the Bear base. Taeyun, can he find some magic? Calls Mom, but I don't think all the kind words, all the parental support in the world will mean all that much. It's an 18+ game. Nothing more your parents can do to save you this time. Vampire onto the base, not quite stacked. Staked, rather. GA pop, but breathe. Hopping around with the footwork. Karis back to the fountain. Nexus turret still needs to go down as Waybo are playing with their food. Vampire down. Burns continue to play around. They've already killed the dragon. And Waybo Gaming, the most convincing of the series so far, make it a 20 to